Tears are gonna fall, rolling in the deep. You're gonna wish you never had met me. Tears are gonna fall, rolling in the deep. You're gonna wish you never had met me. Tears are gonna fall, rolling in the deep. You're gonna wish you never had met me. Tears are gonna fall, rolling in the deep.
The K-12 education team decided to focus on improving school nutrition by providing healthier lunch choices for the Madison high schools. The objective was to establish a produce bar in one of 3 Madison area high schools.
So originally we were throwing around a bunch of ideas, from having chefs in the schools for some kind of intra-school cooking competition to school lunch menu cookbooks, and we just had all these ideas, and truthfully it was Sarah Elliott Reap who gave us the idea of the fresh food offering bars. We asked her what would she like, and she said this was her dream idea, to have these salad bars. And not only do they provide fresh food for kids in schools, but they also provide the opportunity to get local produce in the schools down the road, so they've got lots of kind of additional potential.
And then we also learned when we had our lunch program at La Follette High School, we learned from school officials that over 50% of the students in the schools, in the high schools, receive free or reduced lunches. So that's a statistic that basically showed us that kids were not getting the nutritious meals they have either at home or at school. So offering a salad bar seemed to be just a natural extension.
Project, I think the best thing that we did was we got a bunch of people that were talking about this type of stuff, but not necessarily in the same room. We got them in the same room and had a constructive conversation, and I think we started to get them on the right path. If we don't see a finish line quite yet, I think we at least got them on the path.
Yeah, I totally agree with Brian. We found as we started to dive into this project that there's very many people in the community who are interested, who didn't necessarily know about each other or other initiatives that were being talked about, from folks in the school districts themselves to local grocers or even nonprofits and even corporate sponsors. So by doing the roundtable, we were able to kind of brainstorm and get the ball rolling with the project. And as Linda mentioned, we're hoping to expand in the future by getting produce from the school gardens and community gardens, even from local farmers, into the salad bar. So by just bringing everyone together, I think we increase the odds of that happening down the road.
Well, for me, what really surprised me was the fact that the Madison public schools, or at least most of them anyway, do not have kitchens. That just floored me. Imagine how difficult it must be to try and supply fresh, nutritious food to our school kids without kitchens in the schools. I just don't, I mean, the fresh food offering bars are one way to help address this situation, but that to me was just an amazing piece of information to learn.
Children not getting healthy food options. That's one of the things I learned probably this most, is that kids really don't have access or don't eat healthy. And it seems to be a trend that's going in the wrong direction. So hopefully our little project here will start to increase the awareness, and sponsors in the community will get behind putting money towards making these options available.
One of the things that you always run into is you have this bureaucracy at a school layered with federal lunch programs, with community programs, and navigating through that whole system was just very challenging. But it was also rewarding to see that regardless of what entity you were dealing with, nutrition for kids was really at the top of everyone's mind. So having everyone come together, well, it was the biggest challenge of getting everybody to talk. It was also the most rewarding piece in my opinion.
One of the other surprises is that the school district actually loses money on lunches. So it was fascinating to find out that, as an example, if they receive $1, they're having to pay $1.50 for more of a fresh lunch or something like that. So they're almost always losing money every time they serve a meal. And so it's trying to also help them figure out, or hope they can figure out, how to make up that money so that they can give very nutritious, very good meals while they're losing money on something. And we know that that doesn't work in the business world. So we're hoping they can figure out how to do it in the school district world.
One of the things that we learned that led to the excitement about this project was the fact that if they could increase the quality of the food that they're serving to the children, there will be more paid kids eating the lunches, because right now, and as the numbers for free and reduced lunch kids eating increases, the amount that they have to spend on each of those child's lunches decreases. So if we could get and help to encourage more children that are paid lunches, it will increase the overall amount that they have to spend on per meal lunches for all of the children, which will hopefully increase the ability to provide more nutritious and quality food. But eventually we would love to see salad bars offering or these fresh offerings in the elementary, middle, and high school for all children. And as a couple of us have pointed out, eventually having local produce, whether it's raised in the garden or locally just offered.
One of our biggest accomplishments, like Brian said, was just bringing those in the community who are interested to the project together in a room so that we could brainstorm both about how to implement the salad bars in the school now, but also how to advance the goal and the project in the future. We had folks from the health industry, those in the school district themselves, local grocers, corporate sponsors, all of whom were very interested in increasing the nutritional value of students' lunch. So moving forward, we've mentioned we'd like to see produce from local farms or even the school gardens incorporated in the salad bars, and we'd also like to see educational aspects so that students learn more about healthy eating habits going forward. And to advance the project, we set up a funding mechanism through the Madison Public School Foundation, where folks can donate through a website, and that will allow us to roll out additional salad bars in other high schools besides just East, and implement some of these other goals that we have in mind for the future.
So I think the project really brought to light a real need. And throughout the course of the project, East High School actually got 2 salad bars implemented. And we've seen the subscriber base for the salad bars really go up. Brings us to feel very confident that in the future, salad bars will be in all the other high schools.